Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Now I told y'all I was gonna do a Dr. Stone review, and sadly it's gonna start on episode 16. I might turn around and might go do the whole season when it's done, but for right now I'm starting on episode 16. And happily, the episode we get to start off on is a flashback episode. This episode is a tale from for the ages, and is about pretty much Senku's background, like his upbringing. Well, it's a flashback episode, like I said, and we're gonna get to know about his father, and not just that, we also get to know we don't get to know how the Earth got, how everybody got turned to stone. Well, everybody in Swallow got turned to stone, but we get to see how, from his father's perspective, on how it happened. So first, like always, like, comment, subscribe, share. Anybody loves anime. So how the anime start, how the not the anime, how the episode starts off is picking up from last episode, where Senku finally found a way to cure Ruri's sickness, because she has an she has some type of sickness. I forgot what sickness she had, but it's something that none of us get sick by nowadays. I think it's lymphoma or pneumonia. I'm sorry, pneumonia. So she had pneumonia, and they cured her from it. And at the end of the episode, she said, "Ishigami Senku," and he looked at her like, "Bitch, how you know my full name?" Like that he gave her that look, like that Nani look, like, what? Wait, what? Say that again. So next episode, he says, "There's only one way you know that name," and she was like, "Yeah, this village is named after you." And everybody's asking, "So how did she know that?" And he was like, "Well, because this village was," and Senku answers and tells them that, "Well, because my father made this village." Come to find out, he finds out that, okay, so my father made this village. And she tells him about a tale she used to tell all the kids growing up, that, well, she used to tell all these tales, and there's 100 tales that she would tell, and she never told that last one until now. And it's about Bayo, I can't say his name, Kuya, but whatever, you know his name. I'm not about to slaughter the name, but it's hard for me to pronounce. I probably can get Google to pronounce it for me, but hey, probably next episode I'm gonna probably get the pronunciation down, and we get to learn about, not a lot about Senku, but more about his father and who he is as a man, and what he did he have anything to do with people turning to stone. So they kick off the episode with that. Then the little intro plays. Animes that I've been watching nowadays has really good anime openings, except for One Piece right now. But as we get into the episode, we get to see Senku as his upbringing. He was a smart ass preschooler growing up all the way into high school. He was wondering why the moon was always following him. And preschoolers, little kids, they always asking, them darn kids ask the dumbest questions, them type of things. And his father told him that, it's so far in the sky that it follows everybody. And he just asks, why does it do that? So as he gets older, he becomes more of a scientist. He's just into science so much, and I wish I was like him as a kid, because I probably wouldn't be in the predicament that I'm in right now. I'll be probably in college, probably trying to find a cure for cancer. I should have been Senku in college, to be honest with you. But hey, that's how life is. But back to him. Now his dad is the who this whole episode is based on, pretty much. Senku's father is a failed astronaut. I wouldn't say failed astronaut, but he took an exam to become an astronaut and he failed it. So he took up the next best thing, and now was a college professor. And he just showing his son that there's more to things than science. And even though he becomes a college professor teaching science, so we see where Senku gets it from, his determination to be something in life. And at the end of this video, I'm gonna tell y'all what I got from this video, because I pulled a life lesson from this video. And he got a text one day saying, "Hey, we have an opening for a job for an astronaut." He lands it, he gets it, and now he's about to be shot into space to, I guess, fly. And now I want to say go into space, and I forgot what they were doing up there, but they were doing something up there. So as he's getting ready to be shot into space, he gets on TV and tells Senku, like, hey, look, son, I'm about to go into space. I'm going to bring you all the science stuff in the world, rocks, moon rocks, Mars rocks, whatever. I'm going to bring it back to you, and you can do all your testing and all that stuff you want to do. A good father, what a father is supposed to do for his son. So he gets shot into space. So all the gang's all here, and we get to meet everybody that's on that ship with him. And one of the characters that stuck out to me seems like it is Ruri's ancestors, because she looks just like her. And I'm like, so is Ruri like immortal? But then it came to me, I was like, nah, she's not immortal. That's probably like her great grandmother or something like that, maybe. So come to find out, I think she's a singer, like a really popular singer, and she puts on a live concert in space on like TV, and everybody around the world is like, infatuated with it. So she's like the Beyonce of Dr. Stone, I guess, whatever. And they're enjoying their time in space, and all Ishigami can think about is his son Senku. And he's like, man, I can't wait to go down there, bring my son back all this cool stuff he could, run tests on and build, and all that stuff. He's showing people how to eat food in space. He's just enjoying his time in space. But like every anime, when there's a flashback, when there's a good flashback, you always know shit is about to go south. Always go south. I mean, if you haven't been watching anime, the flashbacks always got some bad shit going through it. Like, come on, like for real. Like Naruto, every flashback, bad. Dragon Ball Z, barely got flashbacks, but when you see them flashbacks, bad. Like, you really gotta understand, these gonna be some bad flashbacks. And sadly, the petrification event happens. This is what kicked off the whole Dr. Stone anime in the first place. But we get to see from his father's point of view. As they're in space, he hands off a bag of food to one of his co-workers. I didn't learn everybody's name. I just learned Ishigami's, and I didn't learn Ryu's ancestor, but I just call her Riru number 1, or her ancestor. I just call her that. So as the guy drops his bag of spaghetti or whatever it was, look good, he's saying like, what, it's not good? He's like, no, look at the earth. The earth is like covered in this lime green type light mist, and they're just in shock, like, yo, what the hell is that? And after it's done covering the earth and disappears, they start calling people like, hey, what's going on? Hey, nobody's answering. They get back on the TVs to see what's going on, and everybody has been turned to stone. Everyone. Now we know everyone was turned to stone, but really just humans and swallows were all turned to stone. Why just humans, and why just that certain type of bird? I don't know why. It's really weird, but in this picture that I'm looking at, we can see that South America, with the petrification spreading outwards from its epic center to the north, it looks like it could have potentially begun somewhere in Texas. But I'm like, you really can't see. Somebody said that in my little group chat right here, saying it looked like it came from Texas, but it didn't come from Texas. But a lot of people saying it could be like Area 51 type stuff. So they're saying that Americans, we did that shit. So we didn't do that shit. But how I feel about it is, hey, look, I really want to know where this came from, because this is really going to be something cool. I just want to see who caused it, because Senku got a swallow that was already petrified, and he was testing on it before the petrification came all over the world. So Senku might know where it came from. He might not know where it came from. Time will tell as these episodes go on. But the one thing that got me was at the end. Everybody was like, well, we're done. Game over. Game over, man. Game over. But Ishigami was all like, nah, fam. Instead of giving up and being stuck up here in space and dying up here, we're going to go back down to planet Earth, and we're going to save all those people. All those people. Now, will that happen? Clearly it does, because there's a whole village named after Senku. So clearly his father has done something right, and he made a village. But with every backstory, there's always every backstory. There's a good side and there's a bad side. So maybe his father did come down and actually, helped made these villages and helped with stuff. We don't know. Rui could be related to Senku. They could be like siblings in some type of way. Senku could be related to everybody in that village. He could be related to Chrome. He could be related to, all those people in the village. We don't know just yet. All we know for right now is that village is named after him. And left us off on a cliffhanger that his dad's gonna find a way to get out of space. So tune in next week. I have another review for you. Episode 17. I forgot what the episode was named, but I'm pretty sure it should be called Senku's Dad Gets Out of Space or some shit like that. But other than that, like, comment, subscribe. I'll see y'all next week. Peace.
Baby girl, even though we've been down this road, and I know it's far from flawless, you'll be coming home regardless.